Hello everybody. What I'm going to do is explain how I do passwords. A lot of people ask me, hey, you always have a new password, you never forget your old ones, and how do you do that? And I'm going to show everybody how to do that right now because I get asked this, and instead of showing everybody 100 times, I can do this one time and then just share the video 100 times. It's easier. So usually a password, people will say you need a capital, you need a lowercase, you need a number, and you need a special character. You need all four. Now in a password. So, but you need to have it 8 characters. And if you do this for, like, let's say your Yahoo Mail, your Gmail, your computer at work, your computer at home, your work email, how many passwords do you got to remember? What I'm going to do is show everybody how to do that very easily. The hardest part of this is you got to remember one number. So I've memorized a 25-digit number and letter sequence. There's 5 sets of 5, like a square. And then what you'll do is memorize 25 characters. It can be your driver's license number and your wife's, or your husband's driver's license number, and then just mix some stuff in it so it's kind of random. And what we will do is I call this a password matrix. Some people call it a hash. Some people call it different things. And I can always remember a password even if it was 6 months ago, a year ago, because I use the same system. And I'll explain everything. I'm not a programmer, so okay, so what I do is I make a 25-digit number, put it in a sequence, and then what I do is I'll number them. So in this example, my Yahoo Mail will be 3C0. What that means is, like for instance, I'll have a card. I'll have a card in my wallet that'll have Y for Yahoo, a G for Gmail, an E for email at work email, and then I'll have computer 1, computer 2, computer 3, because I have a laptop, a netbook, and my computer at work, or my other computer at home. So what I'll do is I'll have 3C0. I'll have 1B5, and so forth. And what this is this is a hash. So, like for instance, on here, the 3 would represent the W3YMK. So I'll draw this out for you. I have the 3CO. So the 3 would equal the W, 3YMK. The C would be right here. So this will be H2YMK. And then the 0 would represent this way. So it's XTHJB. So that way you have a 15-digit password, and represented by 3 numbers that nobody can decipher. And then if you want to add complexity to this, you just remember, oh, this is my 25-digit number, and then you can, like over here, you can put a tilde, you can put a semicolon, you can put a colon, a comma, and a period. You can put a dollar sign, a percent sign. You can put whatever you want. So like for instance here, what I always say is the first letter of each group is capital. So I have uppercase, lowercase, numbers, which is 3 of the 4. Because look up here, you have 4. You have uppercase, you have a lowercase, you have numbers, and you have punctuation or special characters. So what I'll do is I'll add like a tilde or whatever to these, and then I just know, oh, after the K I have a semicolon. At the end of C I have an asterisk, and then at the end of 0 I have nothing. So I only have 2 special characters, not 3. So like what I'll do is I'll have this, and then I already know my 25-digit number. It's in my head. But if you didn't, you just put those numbers randomly on like a business card sized paper in your wallet, and nobody knows what that is. People think it's jibber jabber, or it's just gibberish, or it was something that was torn off. Nobody knows what it is, but it means something to you. And so like my Gmail, I'll just put, let's say I changed my password, so now it's not 5 anymore. I'll do a little number here. That means 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. That means it's this way now. That's 7. That's 8. That's 9. That's 10. That's 11. Because you're adding to this letter or number. If this is a letter, like let's say I ended in F, and then I'll put that means G, H, I, J, K. And nobody can decipher this. This is a encrypted password, encrypted like 100 million ways. You can do this any way you want. This is just ideas. So like this has my password history, and I'm changing it enough that like from F to G to H to I to J, that's so many different variations of these characters that one little number here, if you forget to put a number there, you've locked yourself out. So it's good to remember passwords. It's good to remember a history, because like maybe let's say you made your Gmail and your work email the same password at one point, and then you had to change your work email, and then you updated it here, and you're like, oh shoot, what was my Gmail? And then you just work your way back until that one works. So you won't be able to lock yourself out anymore. And the thing is with encrypted passwords, the way to break into it is repetitiveness. So like for instance, I have a 2 here and I have a 2 here. That's bad. Repeating numbers, repeating characters like this M and this M is bad. So to make it harder to crack, like I have a 3, a 3, a 3, and I know I have a lot more repeating numbers in here, but try to remember something that there's not so many repeating numbers and letters. Try to use as many possible as you can. And just remember, the longer the password, the harder it is to break. And so like this one here is 15 characters plus the 2 special, which is 17. Some places say, oh, you can have from 8 to 12. Well, this is good because this is 5, this is 5, that makes 10, plus the 2 special characters, that makes 12. You're already at the maximum, which is 12, which is exactly what you want. And, just a heads up, if you have all 4 of these, and you have a 12-digit password, it's next to impossible to break. And the thing that makes it breakable is if you have a sequence or a word or something, then yeah, it's easier to break into. But it's so difficult that it's like it's unfathomable. You just can't, it's not really possible, and without capturing the password and capturing it when it's being sent or whatever. So and I might do a video on that too, to protect yourself from people, who use the superpowers for evil. And I'm probably gonna do a video on that probably in about the next couple days here on how to capture passwords and how easy it is. Because once you see how easy it is, you'll know what to look for when it's happening, so you can protect yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do here, is protect people from using, Toyota 1 or Toyota 123 as a password, which is ridiculous. That's a word, that's in a dictionary, and that's in a dictionary. And I might go over password dictionaries or rainbow tables or whatever in another video on how they are used to break passwords. This right here, on a password from complexity from 1 to 5, I would say it's a -3. It's so bad. I won't, people say, oh yeah, do delete, where you have this, a 0, a Y, a 0, and then a T, and then an @ sign. 1, 2, 3. Well, now, because everybody does this kind of stuff now, there's already rainbow tables set up for this kind of stuff. And so don't even do that. Do something like this. This right here, I'm all shaky now. This right here, you cannot break. Well, you can, but it's like you can't. It's not worth it. If there's somebody who wants to break in, they're gonna go, oh my gosh, I can't even break that. They're gonna break into this instead. It's much easier. So, because first of all, this is all you got to remember, the 3C0, and it means this to you. If you got to remember this, much harder. It's better to write down 3C0 on a business card next to your Y for Yahoo Mail, and instead of trying to remember this. Because what a lot of people do, they'll write down Yahoo and they'll write Toyota 1 to 3 and they know it's this. Which I can figure that out. I can teach my dog to figure that out. So don't do that. Do this. Because if someone looks at your business card and they see Y3C0, they're gonna go, what is that? Is it a combination to your bicycle lock? But this is what it means to you for your Yahoo Mail. So I call this Passwords 101. It's a bit much, but I've been doing this since about 2002, because I know this because when I bought Windows XP, that was my CD key. And this is pre-Service Pack 1. So it was so bad, I had to reinstall Windows so many times, I memorized it. So that's where I got that from. And it's ridiculous. So I couldn't get it out of my head. So I said, hey, no, I'll make a password hash thing out of it. And that's what I did. And it works amazingly well. Since then, I have never had any of my accounts online been hacked. Never, not one. I do anywhere from like 15-digit. I have a couple of them that are 30-digit, and I have several of them are 32. My wireless password for my house is the same way, but it's 64-digit, and because I can, and I can memorize it. So that's passwords in a nutshell. That's how I never get hacked. This is how I this is my way. So if you guys have comments, please leave comments. Tell me what you guys do. I'm free to improve my way. I'm free to help people if they have an idea but it's not working for them. I'm happy to help people with it. And so yeah, I just wanted to mix complexity with simplicity with necessity. That's what I had to do. So this is my way. So, and the hardest part is just memorizing a section of numbers. And don't forget your number scheme. And that's, I think the hardest part is just memorizing like a driver's license number and something else. But yeah, this is my way of doing it. So